Hello friends, welcome to SimPHY. Today we will take a basic tour to the features of SimPHY. First in this is creating bodies. So here we will see how to create bodies in SimPHY. You can use the simple body toolbar for creating bodies. You can create platforms which will be fixed to the ground. You can also create simple discs with simple drag and tool option. What other shapes you can draw is simple gears with different tooth width and height options. You can create also different types of shapes like sectors of circles, simple oval shapes, and also triangular wedges by simply clicking on 3 points. You can also create polygons by simply using as many vertices as needed. Next is creating joints in SimPHY. So for this, let's create 3 discs, and now we will attach this disc with different types of joint. First is the rope joint, second is the hinge joint, and third is the simple spring joint. If we play the simulation, you can see how the different joints work. Thread joint simply doesn't allow to extend the length of the thread, hinge joint restricts the translation motion, and spring joint adjusts its length according to the mass or weight. You can also use the fourth joint as the pivotal joint, which restricts the motion to a simple unidirectional only. You can also use the pulley joint to create simple pulley types of diagrams. For this, let's create 2 discs, so 2 blocks, and now let's attach these blocks to the disc with the help of simple pulley joint. Here you can see that this combined system acts like a simple pulley. The thread is simply wrapped up on the disc like it's acting like a simple mass pulley. So next in this tool is we will see what are some of the visualizing tools in SimPHY. So for this, let's create a platform. Now we'll create a simple disc which rests on this platform. Now we'll attach this disc with the world with the help of a simple spring. Now I will apply a force on this disc which will cause this disc to move. Now you can also change the mass of the disc with the help of the quick menu bar. If you play the simulation, you can see the motion of the disc. If you want to see what are the forces acting on this disc right now, click on the FPD tool and then on the disc. Here you can see there are few forces acting on the disc right now: Kx, normal reaction, mg, frictional force, and the force we applied. If you want to see what the graph of different parameters, you can just click on the graph tool, then on the body. Here you can see how the different parameters vary with respect to time and other parameters. If I select the center of mass, x direction velocity and y direction velocity, here you can see what are their motions with respect to time. Here you can see how the x directional and y directional velocity of the center of mass of the disk varies with respect to time. Now we'll see what are some of the fields and forces we can apply in SimPHY. SimPHY supports electric field, gravitational field, magnetic field, and buoyancy. Here we will give a little example of electric field. So for this, let's simply create a cart with a rectangle block and 2 discs. This disc will act as simply wheels of this cart. Now let's attach these wheels with the cart with the help of simply hinge joint. Now I am giving this cart a charge of 1000 coulomb. Now if I want to remove the electric field lines of this charge, simply remove it from the preference tab. Now I am setting an electric field area in this region by simply going to the world settings, then adding a field of, let's suppose, an intensity of 10,000 Newton per coulomb in positive x direction. I am deciding in which area this electric field lines will work. So here you can see that these green lines are simply electric field lines. Now if this card goes into this field area, it will simply feel a force. Here you can see it's dragged because of this force. If you see the free body diagram of this card, you can clearly visualize that there is a force acting of equal to 10 Newton whenever this card enters the electric field area. You can also look the graphs of this card, how the x direction motion is varying with respect to time. Here is a simple example how electric field can be added in the world of SimPHY. Now let's come to the most important part of SimPHY, that's scripting. In scripting, you can actually code on what should happen on different world or widget events, like simply clicking of mouse, hovering of mouse, collision of 2 different bodies, or a button click. With the help of the simple script writer with enabled intelligence options in it, like simple basic auto completion, error checking, etc. Here is a little snapshot of a serpent demo created in SimPHY. This editor is simply like a mini JavaScript where you can actually create bodies, add joints, apply forces on them with simply writing code. If we run the simulation, you can see how the snake moves, which is actually a collection of small bodies on different mouse click events. Due to SimPHY having its native GUI and hardware-isolated platform, the results are so smooth even after running so many calculations in the background. This is really helpful in creating complex simulations. Details of scripting will be discussed in later videos. SimPHY also supports sounds and animations. You can also create your own games with just writing few lines of codes. You can also import images on different bodies. SimPHY also supports hardware-isolated audio with native support for MP3, WAV and OGG files. Hope you liked the video. It's actually impossible to explain all the features of SimPHY in just few minutes. If you actually like the software, you can go and download it from our website www.simphy.com. It's free to use for lifetime with some limitations, and the pro version is also free for 15 days. Thank you and enjoy making simulations.